Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to SFF180. It is Monday, September the 24th, and time once again for the mailbag. I hope you guys have all had a great week and a great weekend. It has been horrifically rainy here, and I imagine a lot of other places too. No real announcements to make other than to say we are coming up on October, and you know what that means. That's right. The 12 days of Halloween are once again a go. I'll be coming up with the announcement for that fairly soon. But yeah, I've been doing my spooky reads and really been enjoying it. So look forward to that. It's going to be a fun time, as always. Halloween. Okay, I have a very modest mailbag this week. Only 5 packages, so we're going to get through them fairly quickly. But I didn't want to hold off, another week and do, have another big gap like that. So let's go ahead and check these out and see what they are, shall we? Alrighty, and the first of these looks like it comes from Tor. And this makes me a little nervous because it's been look like it's been opened and then resealed. Uh-oh. Oh well, we'll find out. Okay, I was wondering if they were going to send me this. This is the newly released Legion, The Many Lives of Stephen Leeds by Brandon Sanderson. This is just out in hardcover, came out last week on the 18th. And let's see, this is, it will appeal to a new audience, it says, who may not have read Sanderson before. Perfect for fans of tightly spun psychological thrillers and those fascinated by the subject of alternative reality. Ah, okay then. So basically it is Legion and Legion Skin Deep together for the first time, a couple of novellas, but also a brand new shocking finale to Leeds' story, Lies of the Beholder. Okay. All right then. When Sanderson wrote Legion, the first novella in 2011, the premise was simple. He says, what if a man's hallucinations proved beneficial to him in his life rather than the typical distraction? Psychology as superpower is a recurring theme in Sanderson's works. Pretty much all of Brandon Sanderson's books are superhero stories in one form or another. And a subject he can speak about with a lot of knowledge. Legion has explored this idea more explicitly than any other series he's written. Aha. I've always believed that the personality traits that make us each distinctive, the way we process information, the way we motivate ourselves, the way we shelter ourselves from the bad while learning to cherish the good, can be either our greatest strengths or our most dramatic limitations. How you see yourself along with how you use what you have is often more important than talent, skills, or even supernatural abilities. Okay, whatever. Right then, part action-adventure, part comedy, part near-future science fiction. Sanderson's talent for characterization and storytelling shines through in Legion. And so, yeah, they're all here, 3 stories in the Legion series, and as I said, it is available now from Tor Books in hardcover. And this next one is also one that's been out for a little while. Came out September 11th, this one did. Tor has been, remember I told you they had that issue with my address, and now they're just getting stuff to me when they get it, I guess. Anyway, but this is Port of Shadows, and this is kind of exciting. It is a new novel in Glenn Cook's Black Company series, and the Black Company is considered like a foundational series in grimdark fantasy, dating all the way back to the 90s, and before Game of Thrones even came out. Fans of Cook's Chronicles of the Black Company include Eliza Dushku, who recently announced a deal to produce a Black Company TV show with Dushku herself starring as the lady. Okay, I did not know that. All right then. So anyway, this is a new book, and it's set chronologically between the first 2 books, The Black Company and Shadows Linger. And there are several Black Company books comprising, like, I think 3 or 4 separate trilogies in the entire series. With Port of Shadows, jump into Cook's dark world of mercenaries and magic. Okay? And Stephen Erickson says, reading this is like reading Vietnam War fiction on peyote. All right, so you're just going to have to take his word for that. All right then, Port of Shadows, available now from Tor Books in hardcover. I wonder if he meant reading Vietnam War fiction while you're on peyote, or reading the kind of Vietnam War fiction that was written in a peyote-fueled state by some, writer who is in, who knows. Anyway, okay. This is also apparently from Tor. Let's check this out. Aha! And this is one that I requested specifically for the 12 Days of Halloween reads. This is called The Chrysalis. The author is Brendan Deneen, and it says it's currently in development to become a movie with the producers of the Maze Runner trilogy. Okay then. And it says right there, don't go in the basement. It says, beneath the existential troubles of adulting, marriage bills, mortgage bills, pregnancy bills, exists something darker. In the tradition of Lynch's Blue Velvet and Cronenberg's Shivers, the Chrysalis, which went on sale September the 4th, so not getting terribly new books this week, I'm sorry about that, guys, exposes the underbelly of suburbia and what really lurks in the basement of a 3-bedroom Victorian on a cul-de-sac. Forced out of New York City by rising rents and gentrification, barely employed millennials Tom and Jenny Decker, an artist and a personal trainer, luck into an amazingly affordable, completely furnished house in the New Jersey suburbs. Jenny doesn't know there's something hidden in the basement. Tom does. It soon has him in its thrall. The Deckers' lives are suddenly on an upswing. Tom gets a big bucks corporate job. Jenny, newly pregnant, opens a small gym catering to moms-to-be. Despite their worries about becoming boring suburbanites, they make friends and begin to acclimate to their new life. Tom regularly visits the basement, where his secret scrambles his senses and heightens his emotions, leaving him feeling euphoric and invincible. And as his obsession with the thing in the basement grows, Jenny realizes that to save her family, she must expose everything before it destroys them all. Okay, for fans of 10 Cloverfield Lane, The Chrysalis is a recognizable horror story retold for a new generation, a classic monster in the basement story, as well as an exploration of the dread and fright that comes with parenthood, marriage, and growing up. Because no one ever really wants to grow up, but sometimes acting like an adult is the only way to survive. Well, there you go. That's a very, very thorough synopsis. Sounds like this one's going to be a treat. So, yeah, maybe look for this for Halloween, right? But The Chrysalis is available now from Tor Books. All right, and next we have a teeny tiny little package from HarperCollins. And this is pretty much what I expected it to be. It's the finished copy of Baron, a Demon Cycle novella. This is by Peter V. Brett. Comes out this coming Tuesday, the 25th. And it is part, as I noted, of the Demon Cycle series. It's concurrent with The Core, the 5th and final novel of the Demon Cycle. Baron takes place in the isolated town of Tibbetts Brook, telling a dual narrative of the town's speaker, Celia Square, an LGBTQ heroine named Baron, nicknamed Baron, who must use the recently uncovered combat wards to protect her people. Each night, the world is overrun by bloodthirsty demons. For centuries, humanity survived only by hiding behind defensive wards, magical symbols with the power to repel demons. Now the rediscovery of long-forgotten combat wards has given them the magic they need to fight back. In the town of Tibbetts Brook, the fighting wards have brought change, but the factions and grudges of a troubled past remain. Celia Square, the woman they call Baron, has long been the force that holds the brook together. As a terrifying new threat emerges, she rallies her people once again. But Celia has a past of her own, and in a small community, the personal and the political can never be divided. If Tibbetts Brook is to survive, Celia must uncover memories she has buried deep. The woman she once was, the woman she once loved, and retell their story. Okay, cool. All right then, well, for fans of the Demon Cycle, this new novella, Baron, out on Tuesday. And last, but by no means least, we have this envelope from Random Penguin. And it is the finished copy in hardcover of Dragon's Code. It's a new Pern novel, and this is by Gigi McCaffrey and McCaffrey's daughter. First one of these that her daughter has written. Todd McCaffrey, her son, has also written several. They're keeping that, the family brand going, as it were. And it's in honor of the 50th anniversary of the Pern series. And it's an original story, and apparently this is one, if you're a complete noob, you can just pick this one up. All right then, the last time Thread attacked Pern, the world was unprepared for the fight until the old-timers appeared. These courageous dragon riders arrived from the past, traveling 400 years to help their descendants survive, but the collision of past and present took its toll. While most of the displaced rescuers adapted to their new reality, others could not abide the jarring change and found themselves in soul-crushing exile where unhappiness and resentment seethed. P. Moore, a journeyman harper, also feels displaced, cast adrift by the loss of his spectacular boyhood voice, and uncertain of his future. But when the master harper of Pern sees promise in the young man and sends him undercover among exiled old-timers, P. Moore senses the looming catastrophe that threatens the balance of power between the wares and holds of Pern. Okay. And so this is available October the 2nd in hardcover from Del Rey, so a chance to start the Pern series afresh, I suppose. And there you have it. Like I said, pretty modest haul for this week. pretty slow in the mails. But you know the drill. Light up those comments. Let me know which of these looks most interesting and exciting to you, which you would like to see me prioritize for review. Otherwise, if you enjoyed watching, please leave a like, share the video far and wide with all of your SFF reading friends, and above all, please subscribe. That's how the channel grows. You can also support the channel at my TeePublic store and at my Patreon, where recruits into Wink's Army get little perks like getting to see some of these videos early. I want to thank all those people for their additional support. I want to thank you guys for being awesome viewers, as always. And until I see you all next time, happy reading.